Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady. I don't know why we ever think it won't.
It's time for the home team. The home team is brought to you in part by Grace Family Church. Just try it. By Tampa Bay area Chick-fil-A restaurants. By Vermost Insurance. By Mahoney's Auto Repair. By the Palm Pavilion on Clearwater Beach. By Irish 31, the place to catch your favorite team in action. By Iceman Development, LLC. And now, here he is, the arena voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Orlando Magic, and the press box voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Paul Porter.
Well, thank you, Bill Carl, and good morning, everyone, and welcome to the home team. Kind of half on location and half in studio today, as we are doing kind of a split broadcast. I am out here at the beautiful Generations Christian Church, where they're having their first Saturday market that they have each and every month. Gordy Zimmerman is here alongside me. He'll be serving as my co-host today, along with Jason Alessi, who is in studio. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Paul. Gordy, how y'all doing?
Good, Jason. How you doing, bud?
Good, excellent.
Good to have you there anchoring things on Facebook Live as well, Jason. So make sure you smile and don't fall asleep or anything else.
No,
Big Ed is out here as well, and he is engineering our broadcast today. So we're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of guests coming by today, courtesy of G Sports and Generations Church. We're very glad to be out here. And Gordy, tell us a little bit about what's going on here today.
Well, yeah, great, Paul. Appreciate it. And Jason, always good to hear you, bud. So we've launched a G Sports platform here at Generations Christian Academy. It's an extension of our school that's already in place, but we've expanded. We just added a $7 million project for the students, and we're building a $15 million sports complex that we're adding initially. And that's going to be an ice rink, and we'll have, hockey and figure skating, and we'll have basketball, volleyball, and, like a virtual golf training center. We already have a beautiful turf field, and we have soccer, and we'll be adding lacrosse. And we have a group called Elite 360 that does MMA. And we're talking to a couple other sports right now. We're in, discussions with, a cheer group and a U.S. football. And we've been talking to multiple baseball groups, to do like an indoor training center. So we've got a lot of acreage here, and we're expanding, and we're really, looking to make this a full, program.
Well, we've been talking about this for months, if not years, on the program, and this is my first chance to actually come out and experience it live, and it's very impressive. John from Clearwater is actually here with us, and he's been impressed with all that's going on, and Big Ed is still awake, so that means that he's impressed too.
I only mentioned I may nod off. I mean, it's 70 degrees and sun's behind us. And
beautiful day.
Yeah,
if I had
perfect.
a hammock, I'd definitely be out.
Beautiful day today. So we're glad to be out here. Jason, want to get some things discussed with you, and of course you can join us on Facebook Live. But right off the top, I want to welcome 3 new members of the home team starting today. The Clearwater Threshers are officially on board with the home team, and we're going to have a ticket giveaway right around 9:45 or so when we talk with Josh Sperber from the Clearwater Threshers. He's their play-by-play broadcaster. He'll be joining us at 9:45 today. So welcome to the Clearwater Threshers. We also want to welcome Daddy Dogs. And if you are not familiar with Daddy Dogs, they're right on the corner of 580 and McMullen Booth Road. I've always talked about Mel's hot dogs, and I've talked about having to drive to Tampa to get the best hot dog, a Vienna hot dog. Well, you don't have to do that anymore if you're in Pinellas County or if you're in Pasco County. Daddy Dogs at 580 and McMullen Booth Road has the Vienna all-beef hot dogs with the casing on them that snap when you bite into them. And I know I'm making everybody hungry, Cody,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
they have that. And They are now members of the home team. You'll be hearing their announcements throughout the program today. So welcome to Daddy Dogs, and also welcome to Life Builders Christian Counseling. They are a new member of the home team starting today. And Life Builders, they deal with everything from premarital counseling to individual to family counseling. Don't go it alone. That's what I always say. If you're having some issues with your life, with your family, job-wise, whatever it may be, you need an ear to bend. You need somebody to talk to. Life Builders Christian Counseling. They can do it for you. They have offices in Brandon, Tampa, just about anywhere that in Pasco County as well, in Wesley Chapel. So good fit for the program. If you listen to this program regularly, you probably need some counseling. So anyway, we are glad to have Life Builders with us. Jason, we're down to the Final Four in the NCAA, and with the exception of NC State, pretty chalk. The number one seed, Purdue coming through, Connecticut coming through, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty good Final Four coming up this afternoon and this evening.
Well, what's very interesting is you have a lot of unique stories here. UConn is trying to become the first team since Florida to repeat as champions, and Florida last did it in 2006 and 2007. UConn looks like the dominant team. They're going to be tough to beat. Purdue is making their first Final Four appearance since 1980. Long time. It's been 44 years, and they've had some good teams, but just haven't been able to get over the hump, and they finally are back to that place. Alabama is making its first ever Final Four appearance, and then we've got NC State is really the Cinderella of this team. As the number 11 seed, they had to win the ACC tournament just to get into the big tournament. So, they caught fire at the right time and have been on a roll. So you've got all those unique stories. Again, UConn just looks dominant. I think that they're the team to beat. I think that they're definitely the favorite of the teams there who could compete with them. I think Purdue would probably have the best chance. They've got a dominant big man in Zach Edey, and they, I think, overall are the best team among the other three. So, but we'll see what happens. I mean, personally, I've always go for the underdog. I would love to see NC State pull a run like they did back in '83 under Jim Valvano when they won it and pulled the upset over Houston's 5-slamma-jamma. But we'll see what happens. I think it's an intriguing mix of teams, though, in this year's Final Four. Should be exciting.
And the women's side is exciting because Big Ed told me he watched a women's college basketball game last night for the first time ever, right?
First time, the longest I've ever watched a women's basketball was enough time to get new batteries for the remote before I had to change the channel. And it was all the hype this week about, what's her, Caitlin?
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark, and what LSU did during it. I said, this girl looks very good. I'm actually going to watch it. So, so here I turned it on last night, and of course, when I'm wanting somebody to win, she's having the worst game of her life. So I did what I normally do: is change the channel and give them a chance to regain themselves.
Take the
and
I'll
take it off, and I'll catch them later. And I wound up watching the rest of it. But I got to tell you, the women are more patient than the men, and better shooters.
That's true in life too.
Well, okay, we'll go with that.
That game was not without controversy last night. Very controversial call late, an illegal screen called against UConn that pretty much decided the game.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, but there's some other calls trying the game went the other way too. So I think it evens out in the end.
I am so impressed with Caitlin Clark. I think she's probably the best women's basketball player in history. Not only her play on the court, she conducts herself off the court as well. Signs autographs and actually signs her full name. Doesn't just do a dash like some of the guys do, or they do a little loop or whatever. She actually writes her name, Caitlin Clark, on there, and she talks to fans, and really happy, very impressed by her, and
good
wish her all the best.
Right? Good
Absolutely,
goes
Gordy.
a long way.
Right. There's off to a bit of a slow start, 3-5. They dropped a game yesterday to Colorado, only 8 games in, so we've not even played 10% of the schedule yet. We're right about 5%. But are you getting a feeling, combining this with what we saw in spring training and the various injuries of the pitching staff, that maybe the run of magical years, 5 consecutive playoff appearances, may be over?
Yeah, the problem is the pitching staff is decimated right now. We're missing our 3 top pitchers, McClanahan, Rasmussen, and Jeffrey Springs, due to the Tommy John surgeries, and then also we're down 2 pitchers right now with Shane Baz and Taj Bradley. 2 guys who are expecting to be ready right at the beginning of this season. So you're really having to rely on a lot of pitchers that are unproven in what they can do. I mean, Zach Eflin, obviously we brought in him last year. He had a very good season. But outside of that, I mean, between Aaron Savali, we brought over Ryan Pepio in the trade with Tyler Glasnow, and there's Zach Littell, some of these other guys. I don't know that they're capable of really carrying this team with the pitching. So that's kind of a problem, and we're going to have to work through that as the season progresses, and of course that means we're really going to have to rely on the bats to come through. And oftentimes the Rays seem to be able to get some guys on base, but they have trouble driving them home. That's been an ongoing problem for years with this team. But they have. I
guess the question is, Jason, can they do the patchwork?
That it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. It's very early.
Closed until they get some.
Yeah. We're gonna have to. We're gonna find that out. Right now, they're 3-5. I say early. It's always important to stay right around the 500 mark, and hopefully, as the season goes along, you can hit your stride. Players will start producing. The hits will come. The pitchers will find their groove. It's gonna. We're gonna have to wait and see. I certainly think entering this season, though, the Rays have more challenges than they have had in the last couple of years due to all the injuries along the pitching staff.
Well, we'll see what happens as far as that goes. Want to say hello to Billy and Josh and Molly-Anna and Anthony and Ashley, all watching on Facebook Live today. John from Clearwater is usually watching on Facebook Live, and he is actually. He's got it right here on his phone. But he is actually with us here today at Generations and the G Sports. So we're glad to have him here as well, one of our regular devoted listeners. Some other things we want to get to. The Lightning, by just sitting around watching TV last night, made the playoffs.
Yeah, that was amazing. I saw that.
With the Capitals losing and the Flyers losing, the Lightning qualified for the playoffs without even stepping on the ice. They're back in action this afternoon against a team that's battling for that very last wild card spot, the Pittsburgh Penguins and Sidney Crosby. That's a 1:00 puck drop this afternoon, and it's on national TV on ABC carrying the game.
Sydney's.
How do you see, Gordy, this shaking out as far as you got Detroit, you've got Pittsburgh, you've got Washington, Philadelphia, Buffalo, the Islanders, Buffalo's even a long shot, but they could make it. Who do you see it?
I'll tell you what, I think the Islanders. I'm going to make a big pitch for it, but it's going to be a tough one. There's 5 teams fighting for that last spot. It's amazing to watch. The other conference, but the Lightning's conference certainly is tight, and I think you're going to see a big improvement with some of those teams even into next year that are just barely going to drop off from the playoffs.
And if I were the Rangers or the Panthers or the Bruins, I wouldn't want to face the Lightning in the first And one of those three teams are likely going to be favored.
Lightning are amazing right now. I mean, they made some key moves. Really like, the addition of, the players that we added, Dumba and DeClaire, just, playing great hockey. DeClaire's fit right in well with Stamkos and, getting some power play time. And, he's a key asset. I don't want to play the Lightning for sure. I think the Bruins are getting a little worried right now, aren't they?
They may be trying to shuffle around so they can avoid the Lightning, but happens there. Hope Zimmerman is watching on Facebook Live today. So
awesome.
Glad to have you with us. Jason, what are your thoughts on what the Lightning are doing right now? And they seem to have hit their stride. They used Matt Tompkins the other game just to get best. Is the lower body injury and I understand it's a foot injury with their backup, Jonas Johansson. But what do you see as part of the Lightning? Are they top in playoffs?
Well, I think the Lightning they're playing their best hockey at exactly the right time. They're on a tremendous win streak. They've beaten some of the best teams in the league, and I think with their experience in big time games, having played in 3 straight Stanley Cup Finals recently, having won 2 of them. They've got the experience and they got some of the players still there that know what it takes to win a championship. And I think at this time of the season, when you get to the postseason, that's invaluable. I think, you just can't teach experience. You have to, basically to experience it yourself. And the Lightning have that. And so I think whoever they play, the fact that they may have to go on the road, I think they have a great shot to win and go on a run and possibly make another championship run. And not too long ago, we didn't think that was the case because they were very inconsistent up and down, but they found the consistency at just the right time as the regular season's winding down, going into the playoffs. And I think they could go all the way. We've seen it in hockey, too. Even some of the lower-seeded teams or wild card teams have gone on a run and won championships. So I think I like what they're at right now.
Jason, I think it's important to mention John Cooper's a fabulous coach.
Yes.
I think that, you look at up in Toronto, a lot of the fans are chiming in on social media how the coach hasn't done right things for the Maple Leafs. But Cooper just seems to make the right moves at the right time. He's very, as far as the logic of the game and understanding, and, that the Lightning were on that win streak and able to give Bassey a little rest is so key. But, he puts the guys in that third, fourth line and give them an opportunity, and say, hey, guys, you want to play the playoffs? Show us what you got, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And
exactly
other teams
right.
are putting their top 2 lines out and wear them out. And the Lightning actually come into this probably as healthy and, energized as any team in the league right now.
Not to leave out our good friends down I-4, the Orlando Magic. They are right now sitting at the number 4 seed. Tough loss last night. That one may come back to haunt them, that loss to Charlotte last night. But as of right now, they're ahead of the Knicks with the tiebreaker, and they would actually have home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs if they can hang on to this number 4 spot. But they're only 1 game out of the 3 spot. The Cleveland Cavaliers are only 1 game ahead of the Magic. Magic are home tomorrow night against the Chicago Bulls. They got to get that game because their last 4 are tough games. They've got 2 with Milwaukee. They have 1 with Philadelphia, and they have 1 with it's another tough game. It escapes me right now, but they have 4 tough games still remaining on their schedule, and it's not going to be easy for them. So they need to get this one tomorrow night against Chicago. But they're looking pretty good right now, Jason.
Yes, they are. This is the best Magic team in a number of years. And, it'd be great if they can get the number 3 seed. Certainly, though, at least for them to hold on to the number 4 seed is important because then they would have home court in their first playoff series. But Magic, they have some great young players, players who are developing. Paolo Banchero, I think, has the potential to be a superstar. And the other players are between Wagner, Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Markelle Fultz. They got a great core group of players who I think together, as they develop over time, really can become, I think, a championship team. And that's exciting. That's exciting for Magic fans and for this organization to finally be back in the limelight.
Want to say hello to Pat up north of the border watching us. Good to have you with us, Pat. That's my brother, Pat.
Oh, wow. Cool.
That's watching up in St. Catharines, Ontario.
Really?
In the Niagara Falls
Sister
area.
city of Oshawa, Ontario.
There you go. And Randy as well, watching. Glad Randy on Facebook Live. We are going to hit a break. By the way, Houston is the other team on the Magic schedule still remaining. They play in Houston on Tuesday night. We're going to take a break, and then we'll come back with more from the first harvest, I guess you would call it. What's the formal name?
Trinity Commons Market.
Trinity Commons Market in the Holiday, right? Or in Trinity? Trinity. All right.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd be
What was
called
I
a
saying?
holiday market.
You know why I said that? Because I was looking at John, and John lives in Holiday, and that's where my mind went.
Hey, this is a great spot. We got the best trees going here. Look at this place.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
And people are coming in, and it runs until 1 o'clock today,
Yes,
right?
that's correct.
Gordy.
Yeah.
So
It gets
if you're
busy.
in the vicinity, it's right off Little Road, about a mile and a half south of State Route 54. So if you want to come out and see us, as John has done, John has also been kind enough to provide us with some skate passes for Astro Skate. So they're yours for the taking. Just come on out and grab those, and you can have those as well. John's happy because he's got Iowa in the women's tournament and Connecticut in the men's tournament. So
Not bad.
he's sitting pretty now. He may win both the contests. So he's sitting real good right now. We'll be back with more of the home team right here on the TAN Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and 1350, FM 106.1, 102.3. And Jason on Facebook
Live.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
When you talk about ice rink development in West Central Florida, one name stands alone: Iceman Development, LLC. Gordy Zimmerman, president and founder of Iceman Development, has played an integral part in the construction of the Ice Sports Forum in Brandon, the training home of the three-time Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Advent Health Center Ice Complex, a multi-million-dollar facility boasting 150,000 square feet, and ranked the top indoor ice rink facility by both the USA Today and Yelp. Iceman Development is currently involved in creating yet another outstanding ice rink facility in Trinity and Pasco County. Iceman's company mission is to build community projects that impact the area both in quality of life and economic growth. For more information, visit icemandevelopment.com. That's Iceman with 2 N's, development.com.
If you're a barbecue lover, you've got to try Hank's Place at 8546 Northdale Mabry in Carrollwood, just 100 yards north of Waters Avenue. Ribs, pulled chicken or pork, wings, gator, catfish, shrimp, beef brisket, sausage, chicken tenders, and a whole lot more. It's all waiting for you along with your favorite sides, including black-eyed peas, corn on the cob, fried green tomatoes, and fried okra. Some good eating is waiting for you at Hank's Place, a place to hang your hat and lick your fingers.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Vermost Insurance in Tampa Bay today at vermost.com. Calling all legal eagles and radio aficionados. Join us for a weekly legal whirlwind on WTAN 1340 AM, Legal Candy with attorney Candace Colucci. Airs every Saturday at 2 p.m. Candace delves into hurricane-related matters, property insurance law, and sizzling legal topics. It's the town's hottest legal and lively show. Tune in and sweeten your Saturday. Have you been looking for a place to get a Vienna all-beef hot dog without having to travel all the way to Tampa? Now you can get that delicious hot dog in its casing that snaps when you take your first bite. I think Vienna all beef hot dogs are the best there are. And I'm happy to tell you that you can now find them in Pinellas at Daddy Dogs on the southeast corner of State Route 580 and McMullen Booth Road in Safety Harbor. Family owned and operated. Check them out at daddydogs.com. That's daddy, DAWGS.com. Try it and you can thank me later. And don't forget to save room for Hershey's ice cream.
Life Builders Christian Counseling Center brings hurting people to wholeness in Christ. Life Builders is a professional counseling center with multiple counselors and locations in Brandon and Tampa. They offer in-person, Zoom, and group sessions, counseling individuals, married couples, children and adolescents, and families. Some of our licensed counselors take most insurances. Call 813-438-5949 or visit lifebuilderscounseling.org. Life Builders can help. 813-438-5949 and at lifebuilderscounseling.org.
The best entertainment deal for $1 in Tampa Bay is back with the return of Clearwater Threshers Dollar Tuesdays to Baycare Ballpark. Enjoy the fun and excitement of minor league baseball with $1 burn tickets, hot dogs, sodas, and more. Every homestand this summer starts with a Dollar Tuesday featuring admission and select concession items for just $1. Visit threshersbaseball.com. Then visit Baycare Ballpark in Clearwater for Dollar Tuesdays, presented by Top Notch Pest Control.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And welcome back to the home team. This is Jason Alessi. Having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we should get Paul and Paul Porter back, and Gordy and Ed in just a moment. But touching on some of the things, Lightning have a big game coming up against the Pittsburgh Penguins at 1:00, nationally televised game, as we were talking about. And, Matt, we were talking about this. I found it interesting. The NHL went to kind of a different playoff format, in recent years. It changed it up a little bit in terms of the seedings. The Lightning, as good as they're doing right now with a great record and I believe 93 points, playing very, very well. And, they could still be the wild card when yet their record is really good enough, I think, to host, to be one of the top seeds. And I know, of course, you've got the Atlantic Division, you've got the Metropolitan Division, you've got the two teams leading those divisions, the New York Rangers, the Metropolitan, and the other one, I believe the Boston Bruins, with a slight lead over the Florida Panthers. But of course, the way it goes now is you're taking the top three teams from each of those divisions. Those would be the teams with the home ice, and then the next teams after that with the best records would be the wild card. So I think it's interesting that if the playoffs start today, the Lightning would have the first wild card, but would still have to face one of the division winners, which as of right now I believe would be the Boston Bruins. It can be can make it a more difficult early matchup for the Lightning, a Lightning team that with their record could very well easily be playing a different team and having home ice for that period of time.
There we go. All right, now you can hear me.
I can hear better.
It's weird to say that, considering the fact that the NHL realigned this after bringing in both Vegas and Seattle into the league when they joined up. So I agree with you. It should be based on records, which is what the NHL had done previously before realignment. But again, having said that, it also brings about different matchups you wouldn't necessarily see in the playoffs.
Sure.
Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing like Flyers Rangers in the opening round, or even Islanders Rangers in the opening round, based on the way everything's set up with the divisions and whatnot.
Well, and I guess they would arrange it with it to ensure that you at least have some teams from each division in there. I mean, you don't want to stack, because one of the divisions, obviously this year, it looks like the Atlantic Division is a little stronger than the Metropolitan.
It is.
You've got more teams bunched up there where you still want to get some teams from the Metropolitan to be in the postseason.
Well, the way it's set up right now, it's the top three teams from each division get in. That's a guaranteed lock. That's the way it's set up. And then we have the two wildcard spots. So theoretically, you could end up having 5 teams coming out of the Atlantic Division, right? Which right now it's 4 and 4. Right now it's Boston, Florida, Toronto, and the Lightning are in the playoffs out of the Atlantic. And then you have the 3 set up at the moment: Rangers, Hurricanes, and the Islanders, who are in 3rd in the Metro. The last wildcard spot currently being held by the Philadelphia Flyers. Detroit's right there. Buffalo's right there. Toronto's not Toronto. Detroit, Buffalo, Washington. They're all right there for the last playoff spot. So.
You have to wonder sometimes. I know the NHL, the home ice may not matter as much as in some other sports we've seen. I mean, certainly to have the home advantage for any team is a big deal. To have the crowd behind you, but it seems like a lot of lower seeded teams in the NHL have made a run and have gone on to win the Stanley Cup.
And like we said, we were having a little bit of technical issues getting hooked up on site with Paul and everybody. Paul is on the phone line now. Paul, can you hear us?
I'm here. In fact, Gordy is here as well.
We can hear you.
All right.
Good.
So we want to get your take on this as well, with the realignment in the NHL, with the standings the way they're set up, and with how teams make the playoffs. Thoughts on the possibility of seeing 5 teams out of the Atlantic Division in the playoffs, and the Lightning being a wild card spot despite having 10 more points than the Islanders?
Yeah, that's the way it works out is kind of peculiar. It's not a perfect science, that's for sure. They're trying to create rivalries, and I think that's even more evident in the Metropolitan Division, where you have all of the New York teams, including the Devils, all there together in the same division. So I think they're trying to get the rivalry factor as far as that goes. But good point. That's a good point that you make.
Yeah.
I do want to mention that you can join us on the phone lines, even though we're on remote, and we're working on reconnecting with our Skype with the phone line, that you can join us. Want to say hello to TJ Bolt watching on Facebook Live as well. And if you want to join us on the phone line, 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000. And we will try and restore our Skype connection just as quickly as we can. But we are still here, and through the magic of telephone, Gordy, we're still here, right?
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
Thanks to Apple, right?
Yeah, for sure. Very good. Gordy, tell us a little bit about some of what's going on and what the plans are in the immediate future as far as what's going on.
Well, we launched our G Sports platform here, which is going to have about 11 sports initially that, I mentioned earlier, figure skating, hockey, golf. We have the basketball, volleyball facilities that we're building. Those are actually in for site permitting right now. We're scheduled in the next, 14 days or so to have a site permit. And we'll be under construction with what's called a Sprung project. And, we're putting together 2 buildings that are about 70,000 square feet of indoor sports. So real excited about that. It's been a wonderful group of people that we're working with. The whole team here at, Trinity Commons, the Trinity Development Initiative that we work for here, such a great organization. And, with the vision of having serving the community here at Generations too. So, we're really focused on an elite program. It's an offshoot of our Generations Christian Academy, that has right now K through 8, and then we'll be adding the full high school later this fall. So, with the G Sports platform.
There are so many people that are out here and that are coming by, and it's so neat to see. There's such a large population base out here in this area, Gordy. This was so badly needed.
Well, I'll tell you what, we did a lot of research here with the county and got some information. Pasco County is the 3rd fastest growing county in the country. Most people don't realize that. The Odessa Trinity area is one of the highest income per capita in the whole region. And, we have a lot of single-family residential in this area. It's everywhere surrounding us, but really don't have the amenities, sports, facilities for kids. The education is just busting at the seams. I mean, we're doing an early registration with Generations Christian Academy by April 15th. So, that thing's doubled each year that we've had it over the last 3 years. And, the G Sports platform, again, is going to serve the community for students. And we have a big homeschool program here called SALT. There's like 500 kids in the homeschool program, an offshoot of the Generations as well. So they're going to be allowed to join our sports platform, with a membership fee. And so we're real excited about the future here.
Well, again, if you want to join us on the phone lines, you can do so at 727-441-3000. We are working to get the Skype issue worked out, and hopefully we'll be able to get that going very shortly. We're going to do this. We're going to take a break, and then we will be talking with Josh Berber from the Clearwater Threshers, their play-by-play guy, talking about their new season that gets underway next week. Like, John, you got tickets for that, right? Tuesday night, you're going to be going out to see the Clearwater Threshers. And we're also happy to announce that along with our partnership now with the Berg Sports Bar, that we're going to have a pair of race tickets to give away every month as well. So we'll be giving away Threshers and Rays tickets. We'll take a break, and then more of the home team coming up on the Tan Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and AM 1350, FM 106.1, 102.3, and, of course, on Facebook.
Live!
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
There's no place like this place anywhere near this place, so this must be the place. That's what they've been saying about the Palm Pavilion since 1926. The Palm Pavilion on the north end of the sparkling beach is a Clearwater Beach landmark. Situated directly on the beach overlooking the Gulf of Mexico, the Palm Pavilion is the place to order cool tropical drinks and watch spectacular sunsets. Tempt your taste buds with perfect pasta, sizzling steaks, chicken or seafood wraps, shrimp and crab chowder. Come for a day or stay for the night. A casual atmosphere featuring live entertainment on the deck. The Palm Pavilion Inn and Beachside Grill and Bar on sparkling Clearwater Beach. Visit them on the web at palmpavilion.com, or better yet, visit in person, 10 Bay Esplanade on the north end of Clearwater Beach. The Palm Pavilion Inn and Beachside Grill.
We're talking with Pastor Chris Bonham, the senior executive pastor at Grace Family Church, and it's been around for a while, Pastor Chris. What do you attribute the longevity to?
We've been around for 27 years, and our senior pastor, Craig Altman, always has had the value of being real, being genuine, and I think that's really been the key to our longevity. The message hasn't changed. We're always going to be Bible-based, Bible-centered, but our genuineness allows us, as we've grown, to show we're not perfect. We're not always going to do everything right, and that allows us to be real. And I think when people see that, that's very inviting to them to realize they don't have to just be perfect as well. They can come just like they are, and God can meet them right where they're at.
You'll find services on both Saturday and Sunday at Grace Family Church, so check it out.
Grace Family Church, now with 8 locations, the newest at State Route 54 and Suncoast Parkway.
This is Paul Porter. For the past 12 years, we've not endorsed an air conditioning company on the home team. Until now, I'm happy to tell you about the family-owned and operated air conditioning company, Action Air Conditioning. David Russell and his family run their business with 3 principles in mind: honesty, integrity, and reliability. They've been in business since 1988. They service the entire home team listing area. From service to AC checkups to a whole new system, Action Air Conditioning is the AC company for you. Why do I speak so highly of Action Air Conditioning? I've used them many times at multiple properties, and I've been completely satisfied every time. Visit them on the web at actionairconditioning.com. That's actionairconditioning.com. Or you can call them at 813-935-6644. If you're in need of an air conditioning company, take it from me. Action Air is your company. 813-935-6644. 813-935-6644. actionairconditioning.com.
This is Paul Porter. 9 years ago, my wife and I started a nonprofit 501c3 ministry to help victims of domestic violence called Reach Out, Speak Out. Since then, we've been able to help over a dozen families get back on their feet by supplying everyday needs such as food, clothing, personal care items, rent money, professional counseling, and more. I'm asking you, my loyal listeners, to consider a donation to help our ministry. Demand is at an all-time high as we're helping 5 families at the same time. One family in an emergency situation. If you'd like to help us help others, you can find out more about our ministry by visiting reachoutspeakout.org. Please send your donation to P.O. Box 4979, Tampa, Florida, 33677. That's Reach Out, Speak Out, Post Office Box 4979, Tampa, Florida, 33677. 501c3 number 471630804. No gift is too large or small. All gifts are tax deductible. Thank you for your help. Have you been looking for a place to get a Vienna all-beef hot dog without having to travel all the way to Tampa? Now you can get that delicious hot dog in its casing that snaps when you take your first bite. I think Vienna all-beef hot dogs are the best there are. And I'm happy to tell you that you can now find them in Pinellas at Daddy Dogs on the southeast corner of State Route 580 and McMullen Booth Road in Safety Harbor. Family owned and operated. Check them out at daddydogs.com. That's daddy, DAWGS.com. Try it and you can thank me later. And don't forget to save room for Hershey's ice cream.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And we welcome you back to the home team. We're doing it by phone line today. We're having some issues with the Skype, but hopefully have that worked back out very shortly. And we have with us a guest that we're really excited about, and that is the Clearwater Threshers, Josh Fervert. Josh, thanks so much for joining us on the program today.
Yeah, Paul, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you coming on board, and we're not too far away from opening day. Opening day will be this coming Tuesday, correct?
Yeah, the Threshers had their first game last night, got a nice 5-2 win over Bradenton, but it's always more fun when the game's back at Baycare Ballpark.
Well, and of course, one of the things that we're looking forward to is we're going to be giving away a lot of tickets. John from Clearwater is already coming out on Tuesday night. He won a 4-pack of tickets, and we'll give some more away. But tell us about some of the other promotions that you have there regularly, Josh.
Well, there's so many, and I think the easy one to start with, since opening day, is going to be on a Tuesday, is Dollar Tuesday. It's one of our most popular promotions because really it's the cheapest. You get hot dogs, sodas, certain alcoholic beverages if you're of age, and just so much more for just $1. And you can even get into the ballpark for $1.
Nice.
And we've got stuff every night. We've got Little Anglers Club on Wednesdays, Thursdays. We have Silver Sharks for guests 55 and older. Little Anglers are for the kids. Fireworks on the weekends. I mean, there's just so many fun things to do at Baycare Ballpark. And then Thursdays, when the Little Anglers come, we also have a special deal with Moe's for taps and tacos. So for me, that's my favorite day because I just like eating tacos.
There you go. Can't go wrong with that. And, one of the things that I like about being able to come out to Baycare Ballpark is that you're right on top of the action. You're so close. It's not like a major league game where you're 500 feet away from the actual play. You're right on top of the action there.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in New York where, in Yankee Stadium, you might get a bleacher seat for $50 or significantly more than that. You can barely see the guys on the field, but Baycare Ballpark is one of those rare places where every seat in the house is a good one. Whether you're on the berm or as high up as you can and on the second level of the Big Shark Club or something like that, you can still always see the action, and you're always there for some top quality baseball.
Outstanding. Well, we look forward to doing things with the Threshers throughout the season. We're going to have you on regularly here on the home team, and we'd like to give away some more tickets for opening night, or home opener, if that's okay.
Oh, absolutely. We want as many people to come out as we can.
All right, we'll do it. Make it very simple. The first person either on Facebook Live or if they call in at 727-441-3000. In fact, I'm feeling generous today, Josh. How about if we give away a family 4-pack for both calling in or on Facebook Live? Each one will have a winner. Is that all right?
Oh, that sounds great. A little too good to be true, but I think we can do it.
All right, very good. Well, we will do that. So if you would like to go and see the Clearwater Threshers on Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday at Baycare Ballpark, just be the first caller at 727-441-3000. Give your name to Matt or enter on Facebook Live. And if you would like the tickets, you can just mention you'd like them on Facebook Live, and we will get the tickets out to you. Josh, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Of course, Paul, anytime. Looking forward to the rest of the season with you.
All right. Thanks so much. We appreciate that. He is the play-by-play voice of the Clearwater Threshers. Glad to have him on board with us today. We're going to switch over and talk with another Josh. We go from Josh to Josh, back-to-back Joshes. And Josh, we apologize for the phone hookup, but we love being out here and being part of this. And you are the headmaster for G Sports. Tell us a little bit about what that entails.
Well, right now we're in such a development phase that we're trying to figure all the pieces out, but we're so excited starting this fall. We will have the full sports academy dynamic. The academy piece, the academics, is a crucial piece for us to be successful. In part of the entire development, we want to develop athletes who are NCAA ready, who can kind of grow into any level. So we're just trying to provide a platform of an academic solution that allows them to do that. So with that comes elite training along with elite academics. And so we're developing a kind of a university model of education structure where it allows students to do the academics throughout the day on our campus with we're going to call them certified teachers, but it's kind of like a come and go. You schedule an appointment with somebody, get the support you need, but we also have a virtual platform that allows them to travel. We want our students traveling both nationally and internationally even to be able to compete at the highest level wherever that may take them. And so we're going to provide an academic platform that provides high-level academics with the flexibility that comes along with an elite-level academic or athletic program. And so we're really excited about some of the academic portions of that. The coursework itself is going to be a flexible nature, so students can come and go as they need to. But we're, especially with middle school, we're starting, grades 6 through 12. Middle schoolers need some structure and accountability and routine. And so we're going to be making sure that what we do is holistic in saying we understand where they are in their development, and we're going to speak to that and support them where they are and help them be successful.
Just a couple of questions, Josh. It doesn't matter where the student lives then in particular. It's not like the public schools where you got to live in a certain school district. Can anyone take part in what you're offering out here?
Absolutely. We're literally making sure that we're leveling ourselves for the entire Tampa market. And we are already talking about how we're going to get students to campus if we need to do, shuttles or, some of that kind of stuff for regional reach. But yeah, any students welcome. We'll have a regular application process and all those type things. We're going to do kind of like a combine experience for students when they come in to meet with the coaches, so the coach can give them a real conversation about where they project them and what they see right now. But part of that will also be an academic conversation and say, hey, this is what we'll need to do to get you ready for that high level exposure. But yeah, any students welcome. And we're excited to be able to offer even an international presence here in a little while once we get some of the momentum going and the development completed. We hope to have an international presence with boarding and some things like that as well, just to reach both our community and provide opportunity, worldwide. So that's a really exciting for us too.
And I've been hearing some of the names of the people involved with G Sports and out here. Some very recognizable names that are coming into the fold. Names that people will know and say, wow, they're involved with that.
Yeah, so that's what's really exciting is, I'm not even open to all the things specifically because I've been so focused in the academic realm. But yeah, there's certainly, when you hear some of the accolades and some of the accomplishments that our coaches and supporters have personally done, to know that they have that experience and that platform of hey, this is the mentorship side, this is what it takes to be elite and great. It's just an incredible piece. And so as those names are starting to be released, and we'll be holding press conferences and things like that to announce, some awesome partnerships. It's just incredible to say, you want to be a part of this? Awesome. And that just gives us that momentum to be able to say, hey, we have a platform here that's legitimate and it's going to be solid for a long time.
Well, I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but the guy sitting to your right there, Gordy Zimmerman, he whatever he touches seems to turn to gold. I was going to bring my checkbook out and have him touch that just so it would turn to gold.
But I've known him back from his days at Advent Health Center, right? That's where I first met him. And we've had a partnership together for many, many years now. And we just love having him on the air. And if he has anything to do with this at all, even if it's setting up tables and finding chairs, he will do a great job. And you're very fortunate to have a guy like Gordy involved.
And that's one of the mainstays of us being successful is people who've done it before. Some of the strategy team and some of the behind-the-scenes things that are going on right now, they can say, it's not a if we should do this, it's a how we're going to do this because this worked in the past or this didn't work in the past, and we're going to make the right step this time. And so, having Gordy on board has been invaluable to this because it's easy to say where we are here in Trinity, Florida, hey, Center Ice, other events in the area that have been incredibly successful, we have them on board. And they're guiding us and directing us and encouraging us and, all those dynamics. And so they're like, oh, yeah, that's amazing. We love it. Envision that here, So it's been an exciting piece of that puzzle.
Well, I know the first time that Gordy invited me out here, I came out not really knowing what I was going to see or what to expect. I knew there was a church here, and I knew that was part of it. But then he took me back and showed me the soccer field that is already state of the art right now. And of all of the building that's going on, the construction, I was out here for one of the groundbreakings. And just to watch this just explode. And I'm so happy for the people in this area. But this is going to be more of a regional thing. I think this is not just going to be for people in Trinity. It's going to be for people all over the Central Florida area.
And that's what I'm so excited about. So we want to reach the community. We want to love on our people. Even a simple thing like a farmer's market today, it's great to interact with faces. But there is such a desire and an opportunity for students to say, hey, I want to go after this. And sometimes there's just not good direction or a good platform that's so holistic in nature. Sometimes it's, a one-trick pony almost. And the desire for providing all the encompassing pieces. When we're talking nutrition, recovery, even, NIL now is such a thing, and being NIL trained and helping these students kind of understand what it is, how to navigate those waters. Just providing such a compass of interaction is going to be huge, both for the community and certainly for the region, and obviously, long term. What kind of footprint can we provide for students and families? Some of the development is student centric, but we're also providing lounges where parents can come. And so many people are able to work remotely. That's a beautiful thing. Let's allow them to work on our campus as well and provide amenities for even families to be able to just stay and enjoy the day as well.
Gordy mentioned to me earlier today that it's kind of going to become a city in its own, and that's exactly what it is. We have to take a break for the top of the hour. We do apologize for the technical issues we're having, but we're doing it the old-fashioned way on the phone lines here, and we'll continue along right up until 11 o'clock. And Jason, don't go anywhere. We'll be talking with you as well.
I'll be here.
In hour number 2. We hate to short circuit you as well, but we'll try and get it all sorted out. More of the home team coming up from the G Sports Generations Church facility here in Trinity on the Can Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and 1350, FM 106.1 and 102.3, and Facebook
Live.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Stacey Lynn. Get ready for 2 minutes of celestial excitement on Monday when the moon will completely block the face of the sun. Time magazine editor Jeffrey Kluger.
It's really a bit of cosmic clockworks, and it's a wonderful thing to experience.
And a whole lot of people will experience it in the path of totality. That's in Texas.
With 1 million people projected coming to Texas to witness the eclipse, grocery stores and gas stations
stations are packed due to fears of food and fuel shortages. Watch parties are scheduled all along the eclipse path.
My whole family's excited, but I'm not really that excited.
It's going to help businesses in our area.
Hopefully everything can go without any kind of craziness.
It's going to be all cloudy and rainy.
That's the big fear, the weather. Meteorologist Avery Tomasco with CBS News Austin.
Not only are we looking at a cloudy eclipse forecast, but widespread rain and storms also look likely.
Chris Fox for CBS News, Austin.
CBS's Errol Burnett with a warning about aftershocks after yesterday's East Coast earthquake.
The U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, says that statistically speaking, within the next week, there's a high probability of a magnitude 3.0 or 4.0 quake.
The World Central Kitchen is pushing for an independent investigation into a drone attack that killed 7 aid workers in Gaza. Doctors Without Borders said the incident is part of a pattern of deliberate attacks.
Humanitarian workers are protected. No ifs, no buts. We do not accept the narrative of regrettable incidents.
Meanwhile, CBS News has confirmed that CIA Director Bill Burns is expected to travel to Cairo, Egypt this weekend to revive ceasefire and hostage release negotiations. Well, here's an excuse not to do laundry today.
More than 8 million bags of Tide Pods, Gain Flings, Ace Pods, and Ariel Pods are being recalled because the Consumer Product Safety Commission says the individual pods packaging could break. That could make it easier, especially for a child, to accidentally ingest its contents. The bags were made between September 2023 and this past February. Procter & Gamble is offering consumers full refunds on lot numbers listed on its website. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
We now know who's going to the women's NCAA championship.
Win number 37 for South Carolina sends them to the national championship game.
South Carolina remains undefeated, taking down NC State 78-59 to advance to the title game to play Caitlin Clark in Iowa, which rallied to beat UConn in a nail-biter 71-69.
And tonight, it is the men's Final Four. Tip-off is at 6:09 p.m. Eastern Time. First up, NC State versus Purdue, then Alabama takes on UConn. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive. See why over 28 million drivers trust Progressive to stay protected on the road. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
Did you ever think about hosting your very own radio show? Here's how.
Hey, Tampa Bay, did you know you can have a 1-hour program on the Tan Talk Radio Network for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many Tampa Bay stations? That's right. We'll put you on the radio for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many stations. Check it out today. Use your program to promote yourself, your business, or someone else's business. Call Lola Jean, the broadcast queen, 727-510-7622. That's 510-7622. Call Lola Jean now to check out your Tan Talk network program. In addition to network radio, we'll stream your program in audio and video all over the world. Call Lola Jean now, 727-510-7622. Call today. Your network 1-hour program can start tomorrow. Broadcast your message in audio and video on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Do you have questions after being injured in a car accident or injured because of someone's negligence? Do you feel overwhelmed or uncertain about the next steps after being injured in a crash? The personal injury attorneys at Peronick, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes have been helping their injured clients since 1955 and are now on this radio station to provide guidance to you. Listen to FLA Law each Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. Let their decades of experience help you and your family. Offices in Clearwater, non-attorney spokesman.
Join the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection live from Ferg Sports Bar and Grill every Saturday from noon to 2 as we cover Tampa Bay sports, from the Pee-wees to the preps to the pros, providing a positive perspective in our weekly interviews with NFL alumni and Florida Sports Hall of Fame inductees, as well as collegiate, high school, youth coaches, and players. Conversations from the clubhouse, as well as entertaining guests weekly. So be sure to have a championship day with the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection, Saturdays from 12 to 2 on the Tan Talk family of stations.
Hey, jazz lovers, been trying to find a show that plays real jazz like me? Well, guess what? I produce my own show. Jay Weinstein here. We can listen to what we really, really want. Set your dial to 106.1 and 1340 on the AM, WTAN, and we've got you covered 2 times a week, Tuesdays and Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. Got a great show cooking for you, Hot Jazz Financial. We're going to be talking about some super powerful retirement planning tips. It's not investment advice, but we're going to talk about strategies to make sure you can retire and retire strong.
This is Paul Porter, the arena voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning, Orlando Magic, and the press box voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with some exciting news. My radio program can now be heard on the TAN Talk Radio Network every Saturday morning from 9 to 11. We take your phone calls, give you the latest news on all of our home teams, and have contest and prize giveaways. Join Jason Alessi and me every Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. for the home team on FM 106.1 and AM 1340. Also on Facebook Live, the home team with Paul Porter.
Tampa Bay's TAN Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
The Rays have won the American League pennant. Tampa Bay Lightning win their second straight Stanley Cup.
And when the Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady.
I don't know why we ever think it won't.
It's time for the home team. The home team is brought to you in part by Grace Family Church. Just try it. By Tampa Bay area Chick-fil-A restaurants. By Vermost Insurance. By Mahoney's Auto Repair. By the Palm Pavilion on Clearwater Beach. By Irish 31, the place to catch your favorite team in action. By Iceman Development LLC. And now here he is, the arena voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Orlando Magic, and the press box voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Paul Porter.
Well, welcome to hour number 2, a fresh start here at the G Sports Generations Church. We're very glad to be back and glad to be back on Skype. And congratulations to Mike and to Randy. Those were our 2 ticket winners for the 4 packs of tickets for the Clearwater Threshers that'll be coming up on Tuesday night. And the tickets will be under your names, gentlemen, at will call. So you will need ID when you go there to pick up the tickets at will call on Tuesday night. Game time is at 6:30. So keep that in mind. Jason, you probably heard at the top of the hour. Well, maybe you didn't because you don't always listen to the news. But you may have heard that South Carolina is undefeated going up against Iowa.
Yes.
So that could be a real good game coming up on
tomorrow.
Yeah,
at 3:00. It's going to be an excellent game, and then I look forward to watching that one. Of course, South Carolina trying to finish with a perfect season. Caitlin Clark trying to finish her legendary college career, winning her first championship ever. So you've got those 2 storylines going there, and it's going to make for one great game.
Hey, Jason, the UConn men are trying to get in the final game tonight,
right?
And
yes.
the women are already in the final game. Has that ever happened before?
Well, Connecticut lost.
Lost. Connecticut lost last night.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
But I think Connecticut have in past years, some years, won both. The men's and the women's have both won championship the same year. Yes, that has happened. They're the only program or only university to have that happen.
That's great for recruiting.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, you figure, of course, Gino Auriemma has been with the women's team, the head coach there for a long, long time. And Jim Calhoun was there for a number of years, started the great run with UConn basketball on the men's side. So, they've been a juggernaut in basketball for a very long time.
And wanted to quickly mention as well, the Bucks have been adding some pieces. They picked up a couple of free agents in the offseason, and that should help the defense. I know, in particular, at cornerback.
Yeah, well, I know they had re-signed Jordan Whitehead, who had been with the team a number of years. Have they added anyone else since then, or
pass rusher Gregory they've added?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, listen, I think the Bucs are in great shape. I think though the main reason they're in great shape, aside from the fact that they re-signed, their quarterback and their receiver in Mayfield and Evans, their draft. classes of late have really produced. They have a lot of good young players. I just think about all the rookies last year. You got contributions from so many of them. So you figure those players should only get better. And that means that we could have a very strong team for years to come. So I think it's very, very exciting.
I want to mention too, Jason, a lot of people think since we're on remote that we're not taking phone calls. That is not true. We do invite you to join us on the phone lines at 727-441-3000. 727-441-3000. Call in. Matt can hook you right up. And we've got the Skype, or actually the hotspot working now, right?
Yes.
Big Ed? And it's working out very well.
Please call in. We get tired of talking to ourselves, but we can do that, but we want to talk to other people too.
Gordy is doing a great job supplying us with guests. And Gordy, tell us a little bit about who you have sitting there to your right.
In the G Sports platform, we're adding, I mentioned earlier, a group called Elite 360, and they do MMA. And I'm going to introduce somebody here and let them talk a little bit about Elite 360. This is Hi. Right?
Good morning. I'm Hi Harami. Very nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Hi.
Yes, Hi. Like, hi. You will not forget my name.
Yeah, that's easy to remember.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, so we're from Elite 360. We are partnered with the Generation Church, and we teach martial art from 4 and above. There's a Tiger class 4 to 6 and 7 and above, the junior classes. We also have adults class for Mr. Haramio, who teaches Krav Maga self-defense. You do the gun drill, knife drill, and a lot of ladies take a lot of good benefit from here. So we're here today to show some demonstration. We're going to do some weapons, sword, nunchucks, kamas. Wow. We're going to throw it out there. Hopefully I can catch it, and we'll have some fun. The most importantly we teach is children to have a great discipline. Listen to the parents. Do the one thing when we don't have to say a million times. That's what we focus. And, of course, the fitness and all community was.
Hi, as far as who would be able to do this, do you have any requirements, any specific abilities you have to have, or can anybody come and learn how to do it?
Of course, it's for everybody. We have actually ladies who are over 15, 16 older with a lot of condition, but they do actually they're a modified level, and they also compete with us, which is a lot of respect from me. I've never seen it that much. So I have a age group, so varies from 4 to all the way, beginner to advanced. You can do it, and you choose however you can, but you always have this one step further that you want to achieve. So you can actually challenge yourself. So anybody can do it. It's from age of 4 all the way to 100.
Yeah, wow. It's amazing, yes, Paul. I went over there with Johnny Scott here, our CEO, and we went in there and watched a couple classes. And you should have seen the kids it was so exciting to watch. But what really impressed me was how the parents were watching, because, if one of their kids had gotten a little out of line or was goofing off, they were reprimanded pretty quick.
Oh, yes.
The discipline is amazing.
That was this high. I was like,
and,
what?
And the parents were like, oh no, that's my kid. And, they're like, I better do something better at home. But
we have a great supporting parents.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And really, high discipline is what this is all about. So if you don't have the discipline to pay attention, you're not going to be able to have the discipline to do what you're trying to accomplish.
Yes, sir. The lady over there, that's my oldest daughter. We started 7 years ago. I have 4 children. So when I started, my baby was only 20 months. Now that kid is a black belt. So we got 6 belts in the family, black belt. My main thing is that when you have a discipline in your life, it's not just a martial art, it's everyday life. They wake up, my kids, they make their bed, they make their own breakfast, they clean up the dishes, and they also check the laundry, make sure they're all ready to go, unloaded, loaded. Right. It is their duty.
Right.
And I teach them. So we are free.
Yeah.
I want less chores for me. So I want to.
You got it mastered.
Yeah, these days they call that child abuse.
I'm from South Korea, so this is very different for me. But I like it this way. The more we give it to them, they somehow here they take it as granted.
They do.
So I make sure they earn it, and they do their duty. They wish to communicate. So this is great. I'm learning from my teenager life, so we communicate, try the best, but when you have those discipline and all those responsibility, it works a lot better.
Right. I'm sure there's a lot of moms out there listening saying, yeah, that you're right, Hi, that's what I got to do. That's what they should be doing. I like the way you speak.
Yes, sir. Moms, listen to me. I've got 4 kids. I know how you feel, but give it to me. Summer's coming up. We got summer camps. Give me 1 week of Miss High boot camp. They're going to go say, yes, ma'am. What can I do for you? They're going to change your life. Send it to me.
You know what, Paul, it translates over to every sport we're doing. That's why we're so, excited about them joining our academy here in G Sports, because, we do hockey camps and we talk about discipline. It's so important if you want to be an elite athlete.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter what sport it is, right? It's the training, it's the getting up, the making of the bed.
Yes, sir.
I went and watched a seminar with one of our generals in the U.S. here, in the military, and he wrote a book about making beds, right? And, it's critical. And we have a kid in our hockey program that would call us, and he's 20 years old today, but he started with us when he was like 8, and he still calls and sends a picture and says, I made my bed today. It's amazing.
Yes,
outstanding.
Yeah.
Well, we need to hit a break, but hi, thanks so much for coming on board and making all of our ladies and men out there feel a direction they can go in, and boys and girls too. It's not just the adults
too. So.
Yeah, for sure. I want to say hello to Eric watching on Facebook Live. He's with Sticks of Fire. Glad to have you with us, and also to Kevin watching, and Mike as well. All watching on Facebook Live. Glad to have all of you with us. We're going to take a break, and then we will come back with more. Again, if you want to join us on the phone lines, please do. We don't have any more phone guests coming up between now and 11 o'clock, so the phone lines are wide open for you. 727-441-3000. When we come back, I'll tell you who is in the Final Four in our contest. We all know the teams that are in there. But we'll tell you who the Final Four in our contest. Ed,
John and Lee are on the phone.
All right,
so
we'll get to both of them right after the break. More of the home team coming up right here on the TAN Talk Radio Network, FM 106.1, 102.3, and also on AM 1340 and 1350. Coming to you live today from the first Saturday, I guess we'll call it the massive farmers market that's out here today.
First Saturday of the beautiful spring that we're having.
Absolutely. More of the home team coming up right here.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Did you know all the Trump tax cuts will expire soon? And if you have an IRA, 401k, or TSP, you'll have a huge tax bill to pay the IRS. Check out the retirement calculator at MaggieTax.com, and in 30 seconds, you will see what your retirement tax bill will be. But wait, how would you like to reduce or eliminate your estate taxes? Pay no capital gains tax and receive more guaranteed income over your lifetime. Call 833-MAGGIE-TAX or visit MaggieTax.com. Now is a great time to shop your homeowners and auto insurance. Alliance Mutual Insurance can lower your cost on insurance during these challenging economic times. Alliance Mutual, an independent agency, is in the Tampa Bay area, locally owned with over 20 years' experience. They have access to dozens of independent carriers and can find the lowest price with the highest quality coverage. Citizens is not your only option. Call or text Jamie Brown, a home team listener and supporter, at 727-637-2341. That's Jamie Brown at 727-637-2341.
Honest Mahoney's. That's what people have been calling LZ Mahoney for more than 35 years. Honest LZ Mahoney. The name really says it all. Mahoney's Auto Repair is a place you can trust. In fact, it was some of his loyal customers that came up with the name. Generations of people who've been taking their cars to 4040 54th Avenue North for 3.5 decades. Do you need some work done on your car? If his loyal customers call him Honest Mahoney's, that should tell you something right there. The next time you need work done on your car, take it to my friend LZ Mahoney's. He's been a part of the home team for nearly 20 years. Mahoney's Auto Repair. Or just remember Honest Mahoney's. 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg. A place that people have called home for more than 35 years. Honest Mahoney's. 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg. This is Paul Porter to tell you about the place to save big dollars on nearly new hockey, golf, baseball, and football equipment, and more. Check out Second Time Sports, Main Street, next to Walmart, just west of Belcher. Gently used sports equipment at significant savings is what you'll find at Second Time Sports. Call 727-784-0007 or check them out at secondtimesports.com. Don't pay full price for sports equipment without first checking out Second Time Sports, 2104 Main Street, just west of Belcher, next to Walmart.
My new windows from FAS Windows and Doors are in. I couldn't be happier with the job they did, from measuring perfectly to prompt and exact installation. How did I choose FAS over all the other window companies? I've known Ernie and John Wilding for nearly 20 years. They're Central Florida and West Central Florida's largest volume window and door dealer, with showrooms and distribution facilities in both Tampa and Orlando. As you know, I never endorse a product or service unless I've used them or thoroughly researched them. Their objective is providing the best quality windows and doors on the market at reasonable prices with a customer service level that is unsurpassed in the industry. Never an obligation when you call 866-737-7173 or visit them on the internet at faswd.com. Call 866-737-7173. You'll be glad you did. I sure am. Kids can be a part of the coolest minor league baseball club in town by joining the Little Anglers Kids Club with the Clearwater Threshers, presented by Baycare Kids. For only $25, children 13 and younger can come to all 10 Thursday Thresher home games and take part in fun activities, receive cool gear, and enjoy free food. Plus, be sure to bring your glove for an on-field pregame catch and run the bases after the game to cap off 9 innings of fun. Go to threshersbaseball.com and join the Little Anglers Kids Club today.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back to the home team, and we're glad to be with you here today from the beautiful Generations Christian Church complex that is now part of G Sports, is part of it, and so much more. We're going to find out more about that from Gordy as we continue along here today. But we have Lee on the phone lines with us. Hello, Lee. Thanks for joining us on the home team.
Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody today? I'm glad to see you out and about. So you're in Newport Richey? Is that where you are? Or
no,
Trinity?
we're actually in the Trinity. We're in Trinity, just on Little Road, just south of 54.
Okay, that's where the new complex is going in, huh?
Yep.
The new ice. Okay. It's nice to see development in Pasco County.
The importance of getting the ice in out here.
Right. So, we're putting in one NHL sheet to begin with. We'll talk more in the very near future about another facility that we're putting up. But the origination of the G Sports platform and, was to launch and to build a foundation for our sports and future sports facilities that we're developing. It's a great way to get people involved and then, start training some of the younger kids and then move into, a bigger facility when that's, completed. But, a big facility takes a couple of years. So we came in with an initial, sheet of ice that we're going to be adding in some basketball courts, volleyball courts, so that we can get the program started.
Outstanding.
So
Outstanding.
it won't be as big as your complex in Wesley Chapel then.
It will be bigger maybe in the future. Like I said, we're going to announce some more things coming soon. But that's the goal. Right now, it's just a single sheet going in, and then you'll see something that will be impressive in the near future.
Oh, very good. Very good. It's always nice to see things happening. And being a resident of Pasco County, I love to see development.
Yeah. Being the Florida Sports Coast, right? That's the name of the county. It used to be called Visit Pasco.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I'm glad to see the Lightning playing well. Two nice wins in Canada.
Yeah. And hopefully they can sweep the road trip with a win today in Pittsburgh. They face off at 1:00, and then they got a couple of, I don't want to say gimmies, but games they should win next week with Columbus and Ottawa coming in.
I'll tell you
but
what,
you never know
Ottawa's
for sure.
Ottawa's a tough team.
Yeah, they're playing well. Yeah. They're playing well right now. I know you've had a good experience up there in Ottawa. They have to be disappointed though that they really thought this could be the year that they were going to make the playoffs, the Senators.
Yeah, they did. They had a guy suspended for 6 months, and their goaltending hasn't lived up. Like I said, I went to their training camp. They thought they got a new owner, new money, and they thought it was a year, but you never know how it's going to go together. So.
Yeah, any team with a guy like Nate Kachuk on your team, you're probably going to do well.
Right.
Private Smith, who does the Canadian news, at the end of the broadcast, he always talks a little Canadian sports, and it's always something about things are not very good on the ice this year.
Well, I'll be going up there in another month. I'll be going to Ottawa for six. I'll be going up there for 6 months in a month, so I'll know what it's all about. So
your summer home is Ottawa. Your winter home is Zephyr Hills, right?
Right. So who are the four people? Who are the four people that are left in the contest?
Oh,
I didn't even know
glad you asked, Lee. I meant to say that, and I never did. But the four people still left are John from Clearwater. He has Connecticut. And also still alive, the Rubber Cement Man has NC State. And then we also have Anthony, who has Purdue. And the last one in is Rock Riley, who has Alabama. So those are the four that are still left in the Final Four.
Exciting.
And then in the women's contest, we have John, who has Iowa, and no one picked South Carolina. So either John's going to win or nobody's going to win, depending on who wins that game coming up tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey. All right. Have a good day and have a good week.
All right. We appreciate that. Absolutely. That's. I was surprised that no one took South Carolina. They're undefeated.
Yeah,
and,
powerhouse team this year. Yep. Not as many people have followed women's basketball, but more people are, though, and I think that's good. It's getting more exposure. You get a superstar like a Caitlin Clark. You have some really great games, and I think that is attracting more people to watch women's basketball, which is a very good thing.
Yeah, it's a very good thing. I want to say hello to Bradley watching on Facebook Live. Glad to have you with us. John, pick up the headset there. We normally talk to you on the phone lines, but since we're here, we can talk to you in person. Good to have you with us. And you got to be feeling pretty good about the basketball contest. We'll bring him up there and get some volume in his ear. You've got to be feeling pretty good about the basketball contest.
Absolutely excellent. Iowa, what a women's basketball team head by Caitlin Clark. Unbelievable.
Like I said, it was entertaining to watch last night because I said they are more patient with their shots. And I'm used to the NBA where they just run down the court and chuck it up there.
Yeah.
Or somebody slam dunks it in. And the women, they just kind of it's very precise.
It's been said that they play basketball the way it's supposed to be played, with actually passing and trying to get an open shot and trying to work your way into the key. That's how basketball was designed. It wasn't designed to be slam dunks and three-pointers all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
The great passing on Iowa is just tremendous. And with that scorer, she was just lighting it up. What's her name? Sophie? Wow, what a scorer. She just lit it up last night. And looking forward to Iowa, South Carolina, Sunday at 3 p.m. That'll be a great game.
This is the WNBA tried to really create an interest in professional women's basketball. But I think Caitlin Clark and Iowa has done more for the sport than the WNBA has done in many years.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Boy, is she going to be the face of the WNBA?
Oh,
when
absolutely.
She gets, wow.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
We also have to remember someone like Pat Summitt, who I think really was one of the early ones to put women's basketball on the map, because she was a player, but then her coaching at Tennessee, and she had some powerhouse teams there. So I think, we have to remember the late Pat Summitt as being really a pioneer for women's basketball in a major way.
Absolutely. Well, we need to hit a break, and then we'll come back with more. Gordy will tell us some more about some of the things going on out here. May have another guest or so as well. And love to hear from you on the phone lines, wide open phone lines between now and 11 o'clock. 727-441-3000. 727-441-3000 is the number to call. Again, welcome to Life Builders Christian Counseling, the Clearwater Threshers, and Daddy Dogs. Great place if you want to get the Vienna all-beef hot dog. I know John's already kind of eyeing those.
Yeah, definitely.
Do they deliver to G Sports in Trinity?
I wish.
That's a good question, Ed. We should ask them that.
Yeah.
But we're going to have
They can give us an LOI if they want.
We're going to have some gift cards to give away. And we will be doing that starting next week. We're going to have Daddy Dogs on with us live, and we'll give away some gift cards to Daddy Dogs, and you'll be able to enjoy not just hot dogs. They've got 10 different kinds of hot dogs and more than 25 toppings to put on there. You can put all 25 on one hot dog if you want. I don't know if you'll taste the hot dog, but
Feeling it.
you can do that. But it's a great place, and you'll want to try it out. And we'll be giving away some gift cards next week. We have more of the home team coming up on the TAN Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and 1350, FM 106.1, 102.3, and Facebook
Live.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
When you talk about ice rink development in West Central Florida, one name stands alone: Iceman Development, LLC. Gordy Zimmerman, president and founder of Iceman Development, has played an integral part in the construction of the Ice Sports Forum in Brandon, the training home of the three-time Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Advent Health Center Ice Complex, a multi-million-dollar facility boasting 150,000 square feet, and ranked the top indoor ice rink facility by both the USA Today and Yelp. Iceman Development is currently involved in creating yet another outstanding ice rink facility in Trinity and Pasco County. Iceman's company mission is to build community projects that impact the area both in quality of life and economic growth. For more information, visit icemandevelopment.com. That's Iceman with 2 N's, development.com. Much like the weather, your life could change at the drop of a hat. Don't be caught unprepared. You don't know what will happen tomorrow, but no matter what happens to you, you can make sure your loved ones are provided for with a life insurance policy from Auto Owners Insurance. Meet with a local independent agent and secure a policy now to rest easy knowing you're protecting the ones you love. Visit Vermost Insurance in Tampa Bay today at vermost.com. We're talking with Pastor Chris Bonham, the senior executive pastor at Grace Family Church. And it's been around for a while, Pastor Chris. What do you attribute the longevity to?
We've been around for 27 years, and our senior pastor, Craig Altman, always has had the value of being real, being genuine. And I think that's really been the key to our longevity. The message hasn't changed. We're always going to be Bible-based, Bible-centered, but our genuineness allows us, as we've grown, to show we're not perfect. We're not always going to do everything right. And that allows us to be real. And I think when people see that, that's very inviting to them to realize they don't have to just be perfect as well. They can come just like they are, and God can meet them right where they're at.
You'll find services on both Saturday and Sunday at Grace Family Church, so check it out.
Grace Family Church, now with 8 locations, the newest at State Route 54 and Suncoast Parkway.
This is Paul Porter for Second Time Sports at 2104 Main Street, right next to Walmart, just west of Belcher Road. You can save big on new or gently used sports equipment from hockey to soccer to baseball. They're now selling and renting gently used bicycles. Don't pay retail at the chain sports stores. Check out the large selection at Second Time Sports at just a fraction of the cost. Second Time Sports, 2104 Main Street, next to Walmart, just west of Belcher Road. Call them at 727-784-0007 and tell them what you're looking for.
Have you been looking for a place to get a Vienna all-beef hot dog without having to travel all the way to Tampa? Now you can get that delicious hot dog in its casing that snaps when you take your first bite. I think Vienna all-beef hot dogs are the best there are. And I'm happy to tell you that you can now find them in Pinellas at Daddy Dogs on the southeast corner of State Route 580 and McMullen Booth Road in Safety Harbor. Family owned and operated. Check them out at daddydogs.com. That's daddy, DAWGS.com. Try it and you can thank me later. And don't forget to save room for Hershey's ice cream. Seeking intellectual delight? Tune in every Saturday at 2 p.m. on WTAN 1340 AM for Legal Candy with attorney Candace Colucci. Candace delves into property insurance, law, and other hot legal topics. Don't miss Legal Candy on WTAN 1340 AM. Unwrap the law one bite at a time.
Life Builders Christian Counseling Center brings hurting people to wholeness in Christ. Life Builders is a professional counseling center with multiple counselors and locations in Brandon and Tampa. They offer in-person, Zoom, and group sessions, counseling individuals, married couples, children and adolescents, and families. Some of our licensed counselors take most insurances. Call 813-438-5949 or visit lifebuilderscounseling.org. Life Builders can help. 813-438-5949 and at lifebuilderscounseling.org.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back to the home team, kind of in studio and on location today. And we're very glad to have you with us. Even lots of dogs out here at the farmers market. So glad to have you with us as well. Jason, before we get back to our next guest here, tell us a little bit about, and Anthony, hang on, we're coming to you as well. Tell us about Alessi Bakery and what's going on in Alessi Bakery.
Certainly. Well, some of our weekly specials, we always have a few buy one, get one free items. We have this week our jumbo eclairs, which are it's the same eclair with a great custard in the middle, chocolate icing on top, but supersized, if you will, kind of like the ones we have out at the fair. So those are buy one, get one free. Also, our gourmet peanut butter cookies are buy one, get one free. And one of our new cakes called a strawberry massue. It's basically a strawberry cake with cream cheese icing in the middle. We have slices of those are buy one, get one free. We have a wide variety of cakes, cupcakes, cookies, pastries like guava turnovers, apple turnovers. We have danishes. Fudge brownies. We also have a wonderful deli offering a variety of sandwiches, Cuban sandwiches, Philly cheesesteaks, Italian subs, clubs, turkey club, king clubs, and devil crabs, empanadas, and of course our famous scacciata pizza, which is a cold meat pizza. We have in different size boxes. So we're located 2909 West Cypress Street, in between MacDill and Armenia. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Hey, Jason?
Yes, Ed?
I missed my birthday cake.
The princess cake? Hey, anytime you mention it, you're going to be in studio, I'll bring you one. That's the chocolate princess cake.
God, no.
Jason, no, you said you missed it, but you're saying no.
Jason, are we going to be able to get an LOI from you to bring that whole concept up here into Trinity?
Hey, one of these days we're expanding. We're moving into a new location right down the street on Cypress to the old Tampa letter carriers. Who knows down the road?
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, two things that really impressed me about what Jason just said. One, he did that all from memory. He didn't have a menu in front of him. No. And the second, he didn't even take a breath.
That's what he had.
That was all with one breath. Very impressive. Very impressive. Want to also mention that we got another special guest coming up. But before we do that, let's go to Anthony, who's on the phone line. So, Anthony, you're on the home team.
Hey, good morning, guys. What a great week of sports. Unfortunately, my women's UConn Huskies got taken out of the competition. But I have to say, go all the way, Caitlin Clark, and I think she got some criticism from some former pro men's basketball players, which is a shame to see and hear. But I wish her the best. Anyway, let me go to Kucherov. When he was booed in the All-Star games, that really didn't bug him at all, and I think he took it out on Toronto at their home ice. So it's good to see. It's good to see these guys stepping it up and going. I'm with them all the way, man. Because I think they can take 3 out of the 4 home games, if not all 4, with the way they're playing. Confident. The resurgence that they've been putting forth is really impressive.
Well, the big one is the one with Toronto, the final game of the season. Great. And there could be quite a bit on the line there, Gordy, when
definitely.
that game comes up.
You know, Cooch is one of my favorite. I got to say that everybody talks about McKinnon and McDavid, and they always forget, they leave him out of the conversation. And he is probably one of the best Russian players of all time. You know, I've learned how he trains. He trains like in half motion at half speed. And, you know, he was trained by a guy in Russia to how to shoot a puck, and it was more like a pass instead of, you know, how the guys are always winding up and everything. So when Kucherov's got the puck in the danger zone, you never know what he's going to do with it. And,
I heard Bobby Taylor say he's got eyes literally in the back of his head.
Yeah, well, it's like Wayne Gretzky, right?
Yeah.
He's just got such ability.
When Cooch does hang it up for good one day, you're going to miss saying that voice.
I am. Yeah. That'll be a sad day when that happens.
Is that your favorite of all time, or do you have a favorite?
Well, that's my favorite saying. But my favorite name was Vladislav Nemesnikov.
Oh, yeah.
Only because nobody could say it.
That's a hard one.
And I mastered it, and I
How
was
about
able to figure that out.
always, messed up Bobrovsky, right?
Yeah, Bobrovsky.
Yeah.
He always puts an extra syllable in there. Yeah. But Anthony, good performance. And you going to get out to any of the games?
Yeah, I've been fortunate to have a friend take me up there. Unfortunately, I can't ride my bike or get anything, so I've been being transported. So I've been taking in the last few couple of games, which has been a great performance by the guys. And I want to say for the fans at our arena, when Toronto comes in, make their fans feel really, really welcome. And you know what I mean by that. Let's give them the whole. Let's give them the whole wandering through the desert for decades without a Stanley Cup. And I got to say, parting, Gordy, man, I'm really kudos to you for your contribution to making hockey alive here in Florida. Because from what I've heard on the radio and how you're expanding the interest for young people is really fantastic. So I'll go all the way, man.
You know, I'm from Toronto, right? And the last time the Leafs won the Cup was when I was 2. But I'll tell you a quick story how I came to Florida. They had a newspaper article, and Wendell Clark twisted his knee at the Clearwater rink because they hit the sand base, right, when they were training. And he couldn't play that night, and it was a big article in the paper. And I said, I'm coming down to Florida to build ice rinks. That's
there you go. There you go. And it's been an ongoing story ever since. Anthony, before we let you go, I just want to mention you have Purdue in our Final Four contest. So
the old Boilermakers. We'll see.
Still alive.
Sure. We'll see how far they go. So
okay.
Anyways, go Bulls, go Lightning.
A Purdue Connecticut final. I think that could very well be the case.
Those look like the two best teams, so it probably will be.
Anthony, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
All right. We have to hit one final break, and then we'll talk to this young lady sitting here to your right, Gordy.
Laura.
And you can tell us all about her. And,
awesome.
Her involvement out here, and we are really looking forward to it. Such a beautiful day. I mean, did you order? I know you're good at promoting things and
Laura
building things and that.
I did my best.
But whoever ordered
she has
this
to
weather.
set this whole thing up, so she just said, "Hey, God, give us the weather," right?
Yeah.
See, this couldn't happen in August because we'd be cooking right now.
Yeah. Want to say hello to Mario that's watching on Facebook Live. Mario, always good to have you on board. Appreciate your comments that you make as well. More of the home team coming up. Our final segment from the beautiful complex out here in Trinity, the first Saturday farmers market, and just all that's going on with G Sports and so much more. We're going to find out a little bit more when we come back. Stay with us. Final segment of the home team coming up, and then we'll have more sports for you right after that with the Sports Connection from 11 until 1 o'clock. More of the home team coming up on the TAN Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and 1350, FM 106.1, 102.3, and Facebook
Live.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
How would you like to reduce or eliminate your estate taxes, pay no capital gains tax, and receive more guaranteed income over your lifetime? Call 833-MAGGIE-TAX or visit MAGGIETAX.com to see if you qualify. You all know the Trump tax cuts will expire soon, and if you have an IRA, 401k, or TSP, you'll have a huge tax bill to pay the IRS. Check out the retirement calculator at MAGGIETAX.com, and in 30 seconds, you'll see what your retirement tax bill will look like. Call 833-MAGGIE-TAX or visit MAGGIETAX.com today. Now is a great time to shop your homeowners and auto insurance. Alliance Mutual Insurance can lower your cost on insurance during these challenging economic times. Alliance Mutual, an independent agency, is in the Tampa Bay area, locally owned with over 20 years' experience. They have access to dozens of independent carriers and can find the lowest price with the highest quality coverage. Citizens is not your only option. Call or text Jamie Brown, a home team listener and supporter, at 727-637-2341. That's Jamie Brown at 727-637-2341.
Honest Mahoney's. That's what people have been calling LZ Mahoney for more than 35 years. Honest LZ Mahoney. The name really says it all. Mahoney's Auto Repair is a place you can trust. In fact, it was some of his loyal customers that came up with the name. Generations of people who've been taking their cars to 4040 54th Avenue North for 3.5 decades. Do you need some work done on your car? If his loyal customers call him Honest Mahoney's, that should tell you something right there. The next time you need work done on your car, take it to my friend LZ Mahoney's. He's been a part of the home team for nearly 20 years. Mahoney's Auto Repair. Or just remember Honest Mahoney's. 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, a place that people have called home for more than 35 years. Honest Mahoney's, 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg.
If you're anywhere in the Safety Harbor Clearwater area, you have to try Dade Dogs. They feature the Vienna all-beef hot dogs with the casings that snap when you bite them, as well as Italian beef, Hershey's ice cream too. Check out their menu at daddydogs.com. That's daddy, DAWGS.com. Family owned and operated on the southeast corner of McMullen Booth and State Route 580 in Safety Harbor. Vienna all-beef hot dogs, now in Pinellas at Daddy Dogs in Safety Harbor. Try it. You'll thank me later. Thank goodness it's Thursday. That's what they're celebrating every last Thursday of the month from 4:30 to 8 p.m. at Raw Space Collaborative. It's a chance to network with other businesses and make some new friends. If you're looking to network your business, don't miss TGIT at Raw Space Collaborative, 6013 Wesley Grove Boulevard, Building 2, Suite 208 in Wesley Chapel. Check out rawspaceco.com for all the details. See you last Thursday of the month from 4:30 to 8 p.m. at Thank Goodness It's Thursday. Looking to buy or sell a home but don't know where to turn? Paul Porter here from Molly-Anna Ward and the team at Innovation Realty Group. They're ready to work for you. New construction, buying, or selling an existing home? They can do it all. They serve our entire listening area. Uncompromising integrity combined with savvy negotiating is what you'll find at Innovation Realty Group. Visit their website, innovationgroupfl.com. That's innovationgroupfl.com. Or call 813-802-8415 to speak directly with Molly-Anna. My new windows from FAS Windows and Doors are in. I couldn't be happier with the job they did, from measuring perfectly to prompt and exact installation. How did I choose FAS over all the other window companies? I've known Ernie and John Wilding for nearly 20 years. They're Central Florida and West Central Florida's largest volume window and door dealer, with showrooms and distribution facilities in both Tampa and Orlando. As you know, I never endorse a product or service unless I've used them or thoroughly researched them. Their objective is providing the best quality windows and doors on the market at reasonable prices with a customer service level that is unsurpassed in the industry. Never an obligation when you call 866-737-7173 or visit them on the internet at faswd.com. Call 866-737-7173. You'll be glad you did. I sure am.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back to our final segment here on the Tan Talk Radio Network of the home team on location today. don't get out a real lot, but we're really happy to be here as far as being able to take part in the program today with Gordy. Mario mentioning that with the exception of the Oakland A's, the other 4 and last place teams have gotten off to a fighting start this season. Thus will make it harder for contending teams to pick up wins. So some good comments from Mario as far as Major League Baseball is concerned. We're going to get to Al in just a moment, too, and see what he has to say. But, Gordy, you've had a guest there that's been very patient, hanging in there with us. Tell us about
she's
her.
Great. So Laura handles all the scheduling here at Generations and the Commons at Trinity. You know, in regards to booking all this event that we're at right now, the market, or working with the field and the clubhouse events that happen here, anything that happens in the church, you know, facility, the auditorium that's like a concert or anything. But yeah, I'll let Laura speak a little bit about it. She does a lot of work here.
But we have a Laura watching on Facebook Live. Laura Lynch is watching on Facebook Live.
Hey,
so,
Laura.
Lori, tell us all about it.
So I get the privilege to be here every day and schedule all of things. Today's Farmers Market we do the first Saturday of every month. The event center, all the rental spaces. We have children's theater here. We have concerts. We have, you know, association groups. We have a homeschool conference every year. Our partnership with SALT is a huge homeschool program.
It might be the largest in the nation, actually.
It's pretty big. But
It's like a city here.
It is.
It really is. Like just about anything you need, you can find it out here.
Right. We have the turf field where we get to schedule quarterback camps, and we have a weekend long snapping camp.
Yeah,
and then
NFL players were out there. It was
wow.
Yeah, so it's really great. Soccer out there every day.
Yeah, we're home to Florida Premier's home field. They are now the second largest soccer program in all of America. They're over 25,000 members. It's incredible to see that. They had a town hall here, and there's 5,000 people here. You know,
Every
just for
family.
Wow.
It was incredible. And, you know, one of the things that the county asked us to do was, you know, to kind of count how many people we were having come in here weekly or annually, right? We were up over 1 million people. And it's incredible.
With everything going on.
That is incredible. Absolutely. Let's get to Al real quick, and then we'll find out some parting shots from Gordy Zimmerman and Lori as well. Al, welcome back to the home team.
Yeah, them Pirates really surprised the people this year in the opening of the baseball season. They really surprised me. And then and the Yankees, they also surprised me a little bit. But anyway, I was watching the game yesterday with Toronto and the Yankees, and they need to get rid of what's his name, Stanton. Oh, he does a strikeout with men on base. And Boone is up his old ways. He don't want to use the small ball. And since he's doing that, he's going to start going back like he did last year. And what he calls Duke, when they lost one of their key players, that killed them. It was playing really good in the first half. The second half, without their key player, they went down as rain. I knew when he got took out on fouls, I said, well, that's it.
Yeah, that happens sometimes when players go down, the best players.
And I don't know what's going to happen. Well, with the Yankees, they better get rid of Stanton because he's the highest paid Yankee. He's the worst. He's betting under 150.
I mean, they're hoping he'll snap out of it. They paid him enough money to do so, so I guess they're hoping he'll deliver.
He'll never. He's dead. He's been dead for the last 5-6 years. Ever since he came back from Miami, he was dead weight. But I don't know. That baseball season, I'm surprised with the Pirates. I hope they keep going like they are.
Well, we'll see what happens. And the Rays, I mean, they're off to a slow start, 3-5, but a lot of baseball to be played.
That's right.
And they're not even 5% of the way through the schedule.
I think that they won 4 games, did they?
3 right now, 3-5.
3-5.
Yeah.
Well, look what happened last year. They started, 13-0?
That's right.
Yeah.
They got hit a grand slam over there and killed them yesterday.
Yeah, that was
Texas
unfortunate.
take out everybody. So no surprise there. All right, Al, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it as always.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All
Al.
right.
I didn't realize it was an early game yesterday. I turned it on just in time to see that guy hit a grand slam. You know,
So you're the pro.
We were up
You knocked out Caitlin Park. You knocked out the Rays. Just leave the TV off, Ed.
I'm watching Caitlin, and then started out and goes, boy, she's having the worst game of her career. I'm like, it's me again.
I think it is. It might be. It might just be you. Well, Gordy, it's been great to be out here this past couple of hours. We apologize for the technical problem, but we never missed a beat. We kept right on the air, and good to hear from Josh and so many of the other people.
Yeah, there's so many good people here. I really wanted to not forget to mention that Generations has provided all of us here an opportunity. And, Johnny Scott, the CEO of the lead pastor of Generations, incredible vision and person and family, actually. They're so talented. The kids all play in the band, and, they just have given us the ability to do something special and serve this community. So I don't want to leave that off the table here. That's the reason we're here. And, it's a great organization, great people, and we're just growing. It's amazing to watch.
Well, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'll put you on the spot.
Put me on the spot.
Can we come back here again?
Yeah, absolutely.
We know the formula now, so we know exactly what to do.
We're getting ready to start construction soon here. Like I said, we're in permitting right now, and we're going to be launching our 70,000 square feet of indoor sports, and just to add more to Laura's plate, I guess. But she's going to probably get some help, and it's going to be awesome. We're looking forward to it.
Well, Laura, make sure you keep us on your plate, because we definitely would like to come back out here again. Can't guarantee the weather's going to be this nice next time we're here.
Maybe we'll be inside.
Yeah, but it's always fun to see. And I'm going to do a little shopping out here after the show,
I'm
because
for something to eat.
Yeah, there's a lot here to choose from.
Yeah.
So
Best salsa ever, Aunt Missy.
Yeah.
And then King of Guacamole, if you like guacamole.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't get better.
All right. Very good. Very good. Jason, who do you like in the Final Four? Who do you see coming out and winning it all, and who's going to be in the championship game Monday night?
Yeah, I like UConn versus Purdue. I'm going for NC State, but I think it's going to be UConn versus Purdue, and I see UConn winning it all, becoming the first back-to-back champion since Florida.
So you see John going up against Anthony in the finals then?
Yes.
All right. As far as the final score, who you like Connecticut to win it all, though?
Yes, I do. They look like the best team, right? Until someone beats them, they look like they look better than everyone else, and it's not even close right now.
All right. Well, Jason, thank you for holding the fort down there while we've been out here today on location.
Of course,
we appreciate it, and we will look forward to being back in studio with you next week, and we will be having Gordy on from time to time. And Gordy, we look forward to the next time we're out here.
Yeah, definitely. We'll figure that out, Paul. It's been great. Always a pleasure to be on the show, and so much fun, so much growth in the sports in Tampa Bay region. And, like I said, we have a great opportunity here.
And I want to congratulate you on something that I haven't mentioned today. You got your phone fixed so that I can leave you a voicemail now. So
yeah, did I?
Congratulations
I think it fixed on
that.
its own. I didn't do it.
All right. Well, I was trying to give you credit there.
Oh,
but,
yeah, no, I'm you know how computers are today. They take over.
Yeah, for sure. We had a firsthand demonstration of that.
Yep.
So, all right, and I want to give you some of these.
Yeah, we got a lot of kids here. It's exciting to see.
They're going to be performing in just a few minutes,
awesome.
is what they told us. All right, and we're handing out passes for roller skating as well at Astro Skate. Well, hey, thanks to everyone for having us out here. Thanks to Josh Sperling for being on the program today from the Clearwater Threshers. And we will talk to you again next Saturday at 9 o'clock on the home team on the TAN Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and 1350. And that's enough to make the dog bark. FM 106.1, 102.3, and, of course, Facebook
Live.